So we're going to be using this wall right here for the enclosed trailer. The top of the line here is going to be the top of the enclosed trailer. What you want to do is just take a ruler. You want to measure from the top of the enclosed trailer to the top of your tab. That's going to give you, right here we have 3 inches on this side, 3 inches on this side. That just makes sure everything's square all the way across when you go to put that final decal on. You know, if we were a little low over here, if we're a little, you know, say we're at 3.5 inches over here, you know, you're going to see the logo going downhill. So these 2 top tabs we use to square everything up. So we're going to move it back up 3 inches. Once it's at 3 inches, you know, everything's going to be square. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the backing off the application tape. So just peel this back. You want to make sure and go over this really good with your credit card, your squeegee. Just go over it really well so the decal stays on that application tape. But go over it several times before you start out. And when you peel this back, you may have to make sure the decal stays to the application tape as you pull this back. See, this one right here is coming off. You may have to help it out a little bit. So we're going to peel this back. So once we have this peeled back, we're going to cut off this backing off of this. Cut the backing off. Easiest way to do it is just take a razor blade, cut the backing off of this. Now once you have that backing off, your decal is ready to adhere to the surface. So take your squeegee, start in the middle, work your way down, work your way to the outside. But you just want to take that squeegee, start in the middle, work your way down, and work your way to the outside. Just do it a little at a time. Make sure that all the bubbles stay out. And just smooth that down to the surface. And then once you do this bottom piece, just pull off the tape here. And you're going to do the top piece. Again, make sure your decal stays on the application tape when you peel this off. Sometimes it'll want to stay on the backing here. Make sure it stays on this application tape when you peel that off. And then you're just going to do the same thing. Start in the middle, work your way up, work your way out to the outside. Start in the middle, work your way to the outside as you're going up. And then once you have that decal on the surface, you want to go over it several times. Make sure it's adhered to the surface. So we're going to go over it several times. And then once you do that, you're going to pull this backing or pull this application tape. You're going to pull it back off. And again, make sure your decal stays on the surface. And we're just going to pull that back. May have to help it out a little bit in places. And there you go. We have the first piece on. So ready for the second piece. Same thing on the second piece. Same thing on the second piece. You're going to line everything up. If you have two pieces like this, we line everything up. Make sure it's good and lined up. And then once you have that lined up, come over here and make sure it's the same distance from the top. Make sure this is the same distance from the top, just like we did in the first one. That's pretty close, right at 3 inches. So we have 3 inches here on this block. We have 3 inches on this block, and the same thing for that one. And then you just do the same thing. We're going to pull the bottom off first, and then we're going to work on the top. Take a razor blade, cut off the backing, just like we did on the first one. Then once you have that backing off, we're going to start in the middle again, go down, work our way to the outside, start in the middle, go down, work our way to the outside. Same thing, start in the middle, work your way down, work your way to the outside, and the bottom portion is on. And now we're going to work on the top. Start in the middle, go up, work your way to the outside. And that's all there is to it, guys. Go over it a few times, make sure everything's nice, smooth, and then we're going to peel back the backing. Or we're going to pull off the application tape. And there you go. We have the first two sections on. We're going to do the same thing for the third and fourth, and just get it on your enclosed trailer, and make sure everything's, like I said, make sure everything's square up here. Make sure you measure the same distance on each corner of your decal, and you should be good to go.